I've made a drawing of the corner detail for the platforms. It's a full scale drawing. The tank is in the corner of a room, so this edge shows the corner of the room. This edge here is the corner of the tank, and I'm going to make the platforms in two sections. There'll be one platform along here, which is along the end of the tank, and then there'll be another platform this way which goes down the side of the tank. I've started making some brackets. These curved ones will be welded to the lower corners of the tank there, and this little lug here will be welded onto that bracket, and then there'll be one of these which will be welded to the underside of that frame there, and that'll bolt across to this lug here. Be another one there, and then one on each end of the two frames. So these inner edges of the frames will be supported on the tank by these brackets, and the outer edges of the frame will be on legs. There'll be a leg here on this platform and one the other end. It can't go any closer that way because there's a water main here which comes out of the floor and then goes that way underneath this frame. On this platform the leg will be here at this end, and in the same place the other end. I can't get it any closer that way because the floor along here has got a sloping bit which comes up to the wall, so the leg is going to have to be there. I'll try and sneak it as far as I can that way, probably chip a little bit out of the sloping bit to gain a bit more room. Because I can't get these legs to the extreme edges of the platforms is the reason I've anchored these sides to the tank to stabilise the platforms. Another thing I've been asked to do, they need access through here under this frame to get at some pipe joints which come from underneath the tank. There's one here somewhere, and then there's one further along. There's also some pipe joints in this area under here, so I'm making the top panels so they're easily removable. I'm just cutting the last few pieces for the frame, and I've got a bit of a problem. This is the last offcut piece I've got, and I need 4 short legs. That'll do one leg, and I need 3 more, and I haven't got any more of this material. This is 35mm box section, so to make the other 3 legs I'm going to try and cut a piece of 40mm box section. I'll slit a piece down out of the corners and weld it back together again. I've slit one piece of 40mm box section down and I'm left with these two pieces, and I'm going to put these together in such a way that it leaves a V down the corner to weld into. So I've got me 33mm from that edge to there, plus the 2mm, which gives me 35. I've got a pipe clamp vise I'm going to use. I'm going to lay a 2mm piece of welding wire in the bottom, and then I'll lay one piece of the box section there, and then the other piece I'll lay that there, and that piece of welding wire just lines everything up. Got that welded up on both corners. Just need to grind the weld off and polish it. I've made the three pieces I was short of. These three. That's the piece I already had. I'll just trim these ends off, cut them down to length. I've got the platforms completed. These are the frames. These are the top panels. I've had to make it so that they can be taken off easily, because they need to gain access occasionally to pipe joints which are underneath the frame here. So I put some locating pegs on this end for the top panels to slide onto, and then on the other end I've made some simple latching bolts to latch the top panel into place. To fit the top panel, you push it from the other end so that slot locates over that peg, like that, and then on this end just slide the bolt through like that, and that's locked into place. These are the legs. I've got adjustable feet on those. There'll be two legs on this frame. There'll be a leg there'll be one leg under about there on that side of the frame, another leg at the far end, and on this side, which is against the tank, there'll be a bracket which is welded to the underside of the frame and then bolted to a lug which is welded onto the corner of the tank. And there'll be another one of these near the other end. The platforms are finished now, and I'm just getting a few bits and pieces together, ready to take them to site and fit them. One thing I'm going to need is something to hold these in place while I'm welding. These go on the lower corners of the tank, 3 of them. They're about 250 mm off the floor. I need something to hold them in place. They've got to be held tight against the panel of the tank so as I can weld them. I need 2 hands free, so I've made myself a little jig to hold them in place. I've made this clamping jig. I'm going to position this underneath the corner of the tank, and I'm going to hold it in place on a jack. So that'll go, jack will go under there. I'll wind the jack up until that's tight against the bottom of the tank, and then the corner of the tank is about the same radius as this piece of tube. So if that's the corner of the tank, then I can position that bracket against the tank and then hold it in place with this clamp, and then I've got 2 hands free to weld it. So that'll save a lot of fiddling about. I made those tanks a few years ago. This is the tank I'm working on. That's the platform.